So I heard they're changing the Netflix Summer of Love to Summer of Noah, since you're starring in 2 out of the 3 films.
I have not heard that.
Well, we're going to start that hashtag. And so I'm curious to know, when you found out you were getting this second film in the same time frame, like, what was the first thought that went through your mind?
Dope. I loved it. You know, I love love, and being able to do films that involve, like, specifically love, it's a dream come true.
Yeah. And I was watching one of your interviews where you were talking about that, and you were talking about Sierra Burgess and how we shouldn't let society define what beauty is. And then you also mentioned being free, and I was curious to know what you think, or what your definition of being free is.
Wow. Well, it's interesting because I think that definition can be as vague, as broad, or as specific. It could be free to eat whatever you want. It could be, right? It could be free, like you sell your Social Security back to the government and make a lot of money, and then, what is freedom? Freedom mentally, freedom emotionally from someone screaming at you and you letting it affect you. I think there's a lot of forms of freedom. It just kind of depends how far you want to go down the rabbit hole.
And I'm interested to know, what was your takeaway from this film? With every experience in the 2 films that you were a part of, we learned something with that experience. What did you learn about yourself after these films?
I was actually going through a lot of transitions with these films, as far as dating myself and with love, and outside at the end of both these films, really To All the Boys I Loved Before, because that was when I really finished. I really got a certain lesson, a really received one, which was, being alone is really important.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a relationship, having alone time to yourself is crucial, and you really develop. At least when you're my age, because I'm a bit younger, and I still think everyone needs alone time. Yeah. That was something that I really took away from these films.
Well, it's beautiful, and I noticed that you talk a lot about mindfulness and meditation on your social media posts, and I wanted to know how you kind of use that mindset through your acting career, through doing these films and then pursuing. I've seen you have 2 more films coming out, plus a show that you're doing. So how do you apply that mindfulness and meditation to that?
Well, the concept of meditation is really just, I'm not really the most well-versed on it. I do meditate, but I'm not a specialist by any means. But maintaining some level of openness and awareness of the people in the space around you is super important, on and off set. In any job profession, in any circumstances, like understanding other people, understanding where they're at, and that actually does cross over into acting, because it helps me understand another person's perspective. And that's really what acting is sharing different perspectives through different characters.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and you can tell the story as well. And if you could go back in time to yourself before you started high school, what's a word of advice you would give yourself?
I'd just say breathe, man. I wish, just keep breathing, breathe deeply. I wouldn't change anything.
That's perfect, because you wouldn't be where you are today. No. Yeah. Well, congratulations on the film.
Thank you so
much. Or both films, actually.
Thank you.